welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to be using some products from Pandahall, and we're going to be doing a little bit of resin work, which I haven't done for a little while, so it's quite exciting. Now I'm going to use some of their products, and I'm going to use some little bezels, open bezels, and these are lovely little rectangle ones, so I'm going to be using some of those. I have got some beautiful butterflies, so I will be using butterflies as well. I'll probably just do one of each because if we've got time. Actually, I might do two of those because there's two different ones that I'd like to show you. And then I've also got these beautiful little flowers, which are just gorgeous. So I'm going to be using some of those, or just one of those. One of those I will be using. We have got this lovely, it's like a plastic glitter, I suppose. It's like little beautiful colour, love it. And it's sort of like quite chunky, but it's made of plastic. So it just like fluffs everywhere, so you must be careful when you use it, because I opened the bag and it just poofed everywhere. And I'm also using the sort of like clear iridescent-y one as well. We've got some lovely pearls, and I have some little sew-on little crystal-y gems in there as well. I'll show you those in a second when we use them. I'm going to pop these up out of the way for now, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be making. Let's pop those there. Look at these beautiful little butterflies. Look at that. Let me hold that up. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that just lovely? Now I've put them on some beads, and I'm using a paper clip because I do lots of journal work, as you know, if you follow me. And I love things to go on journals. And this little one, I'm covered in bits and pieces, so do apologise. This one, I've used the bezel, and I've popped the little flower one inside like that. So that goes inside, because I thought that would look really, really lovely. And I've just added one of the little gems on the top. And then I've got another two here. This one I've just coloured, put lots of different colour sort of like resiny bits in, and then I've popped a sticker on the top. I don't know whether you can see that. I'll do a close-up at the end. And then covered it again with some clear resin. So that's another way to do it, and I'm loving this one. This is a very sort of retro one. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So this is a little retro lady. We've got Smile on there, and then I've got some lovely little gems on the top, which I love, and that's sort of got some lovely sparkly bits on. So let's have a go. But I'm loving these, and they got the little bits of the plasticky stuff in this one. There's two different ones. These are two different ones, but they do pretty much look the same. Oh, I don't know. They look the same on camera, do they? So this is the pink one, and this is the clear one. But they are just lovely. Now, I've got some tape. Now, I've got some tape that's facing up. Now, this tape, now I'm going to just go in a little bit so that we can see what we're doing. There we go. And then I can make sure I can put this in the right place. There we go. So that's some tape. So when you're working with open bezels, you need a little bit of tape, and the sticky has to come up. So this sticks on it like that. So when you put resin in, it's not going to sort of like all disappear around the outside. So I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to be using some of my lovely clear resin. So I'm going to put just a little bit at the bottom like that. I'm going to take a few of these little flakes, and I'm going to just pop a couple in there like that, just some sort of clear ones. I'm going to take a little cocktail stick and just move that around, just so it goes all into the little nooks and crannies around it like that. And then I've got some stickers. I'm going to do another little sort of like retro sticker one, which are lovely. Now, I should be wearing gloves on this one, really. I shall put them on in a second. Let's just pop that in. I'm not actually touching the resin at the moment, so but do make sure my window's open. You've got lots of ventilation when you're working with resin, even though this is UV resin. There we go. Can you see just a little bit of that at the back? And I might cover the back in a minute. There's a little bit there. I'm going to pop in all these little bits that are left over. I've got some sort of like purple one at the back where I'm going to add that in. These are ones that just flew around my table when I opened up the bag. So instead of wasting those, I'm going to take those and pop them in here like so. Little bits. We don't like wasting anything. That's a nice big bit. That can go in. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop the light. I'm going to use my UV light because we're using UV resin. So that's just going to go over the top. Let's just come back out again. That will just go on there for a couple of minutes. I'm going to put my gloves on. I have them here. It's not easy to take the stickers off with gloves on though, but I'd rather be safe. So yes, all these products that I'm going to be using, majority of the products are from Pandahall. Now Pandahall are a lovely company that have got so much stuff on there that you will just be astounded if you've not seen them before. But I'm going to be using these ones, and I'm just thinking that would look really lovely. Let me just come back in again like that. I'm going to cut, should I cut her out? Which one should I cut out? They're all so good. I love them. I think they are really funky. Now these are from a different company, but you can use any stickers. Now there's a lady, Karen, that's into her resin at the moment, and she was saying about stickers. Can you use any stickers? I think you can use any stickers in them. I don't think there's any stickers that are that you can't really use. But if you print them yourself, you must use a laser printer, not an inkjet printer, because the ink will run. So you don't want that at all. Now, poor little lady, I'm going to just chop her legs off. Let's see, and then chop her arms off like this. Sure, we can use some funky bit of collage or something with her little legs there. Do you think that's about right? A little bit more, like that, and then like that, and then we will just pop that in. Okay, so I've just popped that under the lamp just for a minute. Then we want to take the back of the sticker off. Now, ta-da! I think it probably did work. There we go. Now I'm going to pop this little sticker into there, right on top of your resin that you've done. Stick that down. I'm going to just take this off a minute, just so I can see, just like that. So she's in there, stuck down nicely. Pop that back down. Can you see her there? Look. Let's just move that. Like that. There we go. There she is. And I'm going to pop some resin on top of her. Make sure it's all stuck down. So I'm just going to pop a little layer of resin on top. Like that. Get my little cocktail stick and just pop that around. In there, pop that down, just so it's all covered up nicely. These stickers actually are sort of like a paper sticker, but they still work really, really well. Right, I'm going to just open this up a little bit, pop the light over, like that. And then I also have these little stickers as well, which are word ones. Now you've probably got some words on there. And this one, I just put smile on there. Can you see? Because it's not burnt. So I'm just going to put, because these are quite big. So maybe I'll just put, what's she like? Do you think I can fit dream Or shall I just put something like love on there? Here we go. Let's just cut this one off. What did I just do with them? There they are. They're hiding. So I'm just going to just snip that off. Like that. Cut around the little white bit because I don't want too much white on there. So this is something you should do without your gloves on. There we go. That's done. Can you see that? It just says love on there. Okay. That will do on there. Let's come back in again, shall we? So you can see, oh, fabulous. Let's take this little sticker off there. If I can get it off my gloves, there we go. And I'm going to pop it just on there, like that. Make sure that's stuck on. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop another layer of the resin on. Can you see? I think that looks fab, doesn't it? Another layer of this on there. Cover that over. Like that. Oh, doesn't that look cool? I love it. I'm going to just take let's pop that out of the way. I'm going to just come out a little bit. I'm going to take my little lighter and just go over it just to make sure that there's no bubbles in there. See a little bit there, it's not quite covered. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pop this under the lamp. I'm going to put it over there just for a minute. Bring my lamp out and pop that over the top like that. Right, now we're going to take another piece like this. I've got it all ready. Pop that down. Let's make sure, hopefully we will be in the right place. I'm going to take a little butterfly. Now I think that's the front because the back is a little bit flatter. So that's the front. Pop that on there and we will stick you down like so. Now I've got a little coaster, silicone coaster mould here, which I've turned it over like that, and I'm just going to use the back of it. I'm going to move this over a little bit so we don't get interrupted with the light like that. I'm going to put some, should we come down? Let's move you up here. Let's just move you there so you can see a little bit. Move this over. I'm going to pop a little bit of resin on here like that. And I'm going to use these clear ones, or the sort of like iridescent ones. Oh, did we use those? We used those, didn't we? On the last one. Let's use the pink ones. These are a little bit bigger. Like I said, I'm going to just drop a few there like that. Take my little cocktail stick and just mix that up. Like that. Just so they're coated with a little bit of the resin. I'm going to just add a tiny bit more. Just a little bit of the resin over there. And then I'm just going to take it and just fill up the wings like that. Just push it into the wings. And take your time doing it, just to make sure it's all sort of like you've got a little bit all around, so they're all sort of covered. Can you see? Do you need to come in a little bit closer? That's really close, isn't it? So hopefully you can see that. Pop that in. Just tuck it in into all the little corners like that. Just makes them look so pretty. Now again, these can be made into key rings and all sorts. If you go to have a look on Pandahall, they have so many different things that you can use. I'll pop the link down to everything that I'm using under the video, but you can get key rings and all sorts of things on there to use. So if you wanted to do a project, you'd get everything. You can do everything for one project on there. Just tuck that in there like that. A little bit more. A little bit more on there. A bit more on here. Make sure it's quite flat, so you haven't got a piece sort of like sticking up too far. And then I just need a little bits, don't we? Just to go in these tiny little bits. We can add the resin from the other side, so I wouldn't worry too much if it's not flat on the bottom, because you can add a little bit from the other side. Oops. There we go. I just think they're so pretty. I'm a lover of butterflies anyway, so anything that's sort of butterfly related is great. Oops, let's pick that up. Put that in a little bit more. A little bit more there. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in. I think that bit, oh, you can go in. I think that's just a little bit too big, that piece. I think I might even have enough in there. So let's just pop that in there. Like that. I'm going to pop that under the lamp. And the rest of this, I'm going to add a little bit more resin to that. And I'm going to pop it into this little one here. So we'll do that one in a sec. Let's just come out a little bit. This one is done. So let's pop you there. Pop you under the lamp over there to harden. I'm going to take another piece of tape. Let me just cut another piece of tape off. Pop that down there. Oops. Stuck to my gloves. I'm going to get a little bit of sticky tape just to hold that in place. Oh gosh, if I can. It's quite staticky. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more resin to this. I'm going to pop that down, the other little bezel on there. Mix this up like that. This is going to be the background for the flower. Do I need to come a little bit higher with that? Oops. There we go. I think you can just see that. I'm going to take this and pop this in there like that. Now you can put a little bit of resin in the bottom first if you want to, but because I've mixed this with resin, I'm not going to. I don't need to. Pop that in. Right down into the corner. Like that. And the other little bits. Just pop it all in. There we go. Lovely. So that's going to be the background for our flower. And then we can colour in the flower then. Just make sure he's stuck right down. There we go. Now, this one's done. Over here. I'm going to pop this little one under the lamp. Oopsie daisy. Let's have a little look at this one. Look at that. Doesn't she look lovely? You see. It's fabulous. I might do. Let's just take that off. Let's just pop that down. Can you see? That is fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, I think what I'm going to do, which is the sticky side. This was the sticky side. I'm going to pop that on, and I'm going to pop a few little crystals on just along the top like I did on the other one. And let's have a look at our lovely butterfly. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Okay, let's pop some resin in this one. Little bit of resin in here. Just on her lovely little wings. Let's get a little cocktail stick. Pop that around. Now I can feel that it's coming up a little bit higher. Like that, so you can either sort of file it off, or you can just dome it a little bit more with your resin. I'm going to add just a little bit more resin to this one. There we go. Just such beautiful colours. It's almost like sort of like the abalone shell, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Pop that in those little bits like that. And well, I've got a little bit of resin on there like that. I'm going to take, I've got a couple here. Oops, I'm stuck to my gloves. A couple of the little crystals, the little sew-on ones. These are the tiny, tiny ones. Just going to pop those on there like that. There we go. Can you see just in the middle of the body? Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that, just in that little middle bit. Make sure they don't fall off. Right, I'm going to come back out again. I'm going to just pop that over there, just to sort of, just for a second. Look at that, there's that one. Fabulous. Lots on the go. Just going to hold that on there. Only needs a couple of seconds just to harden it. And then I'll pop them both together under the lamp in a minute. So let's just do this one. See that? There we go. I'm going to turn it around this way. I'm going to pop a little bit of resin on here. Like that. Take one of these. Actually, I need a few more. I've only got 3 here. So I just keep them in this little pot. It doesn't come in this little pot. This one comes in this little plastic bag. Like that. Take those out. Okay, I'm going to come in just a little bit more. Sorry, I'm going in and out today, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of resin just on the top there, like that. I'm going to take these, hoping they're not going to slide around too much. Take that one, pop them on. I think I put about 6 on the other one. Can you see? really close. There we go. One more. Oops, so I can pick it up. There we go. Lovely. Love that. Right, I'm going to just come back out again. Just going to hold that on here just for a second, just so that they don't move. Just hold that, and then I can put both of those under the lamp again. There we go. Move that other way, just so that I can move her over here, because you can see, look at that. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? Right, those two little ones can go under there for a minute. We have got this one, which we are going to pop our little flower in. Should we come in again? I'm going to put the little flower in there, like that. But what I'm going to do, add just a little bit of resin on here. Just a little bit. Pop you in there like that. Look at that. Lovely. I do like that. I think that looks really nice. A little bit of resin around the outside. Make sure it's in there. I don't think I'm going to colour the flower actually. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Make sure she's in there nicely. I'll pop that under the lamp just to harden. And then I'm going to dome it up, pop a little something, maybe I'll put something over that, but love it. Right, let's come back out again, bring these out. Oops, I'm going to take this little one, pop you under the lamp. Like that, and then we can have a look at these. I think they are just beautiful. I think that has come out so lovely, isn't it? I will do, because you get it see-through, but you've got that lovely little shine behind. Like I said, I'll do a close-up at the end. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do this one. Look at that, that's fabulous. I love it, absolutely love it. Right guys, I'm going to take my gloves off for a minute. And my hands are all sticky and sweaty. Right, let me just get a thing to give them a wipe. And then what we are going to do, while that one's doing, I'm going to leave this one. This one's done. That one's lovely. I'm going to leave it as it is. But this one, what I'm going to do is add the little beads onto it, like this. Oh, I just think they are lovely. Now, what I'm going to use, I've got these, which are like little flathead pins. Let's find a straight one, straightish one. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to take my pliers and sort of try and straighten it just a little bit. Let's make sure it's sort of straight. There we go. Now I'm going to cut this little end off in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to take my little loop pliers and make a little loop at that end, like that. So that's just a little loop, like that. Can you see? Not as better, it's probably better like that. Little loop. Then I'm going to cut this end off. And then I'm going to take some little beads, like this. What should we have? I quite like just the pearl, or maybe we'll have alternate. Oops, so these jump out. We will have a little pearl, I think, on there. I have one of these. These are sort of almost like ombre, because they're all different sort of colours, the beads, which are just so pretty. There we go, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Lovely, lovely. Comes in a nice little pot. I'm going to, again, do a little loop on the end here. Oops, if I can. Pop that in. Oops. Butterfingers today. Let's put that back on again. Hold that. Take that, put that in. There we go. And loop it. Perfect. Then I'm going to take my little butterfly. I'm going to just open that just a tiny bit. And put my butterfly on there. And loop that back up again. Did I do that? Oops. Squeeze it in. There we go, and then we have a lovely one. Now I've got some little paper clips, which I'm going to just thread on to here, like that. Bring it round, and then we've got a lovely little dingly dangly. Oops. Oh, this one's got a little bit there. I'm just going to snip that off. There we go. And that will hang on the side of a journal. I've got this journal that I made the other day, which you can just clip that on to your pages and it will just hang down. Really, really lovely. Like a little dingly dangly. And if you know me, I love dingly danglies. And I love hanging them off my journals, which are just beautiful. So how simple was that? That's so, so lovely. And these can go on key rings. They can be the same. You can hang them off your journals. Let's have a little peek at this one. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Let's take this off. I am going to leave that one like that. I think that is just gorgeous. I'm going to pop probably, I don't know whether it needs it actually. I was going to put another layer of resin on there, but it doesn't need it. Look at that. Just looks beautiful, doesn't it? Really don't think that needs anything on there. But I am quite tempted, because you know me, I can't leave things alone. I'm going to put, oops, wrong side. Stick that down. Not that it really needs sticking down, because it's going to add just a little bit colour in there. Let's come down. Can you see? Just to bring out that flower just a little bit. And I'm going to use a tiny bit of pink. Now this is ready mixed resin. Tiny, tiny little bit of pink like that. Take a clean cocktail stick. And just pop that in there. Not that you can really see it, but this is sort of you know, really pretty pink in here. You probably mix a little bit of glitter or something in with that as well, but I'm going to pop a little gem in the middle. Like that. Take one of these little gems. Just pop that in the middle like that. So it's a little bit blingy. Hopefully you can see that. You can't really see the colour too well on this, but it just brings out those little flowers, the little petals a little bit more. So let's just pop that under there for just a few minutes. Okay, I think that's probably enough on there. Couple of minutes, and look at that. That's just so lovely. Just beautiful. I'm loving them. So all of these lovely bezels, open bezels, you can do so much with. And look at that. I think they look absolutely stunning. I love them. That's the one we just made. This one's really pretty. That's got the sort of like iridescent one and the little pearls on it. That's beautiful. And then we got our lovely little ladies, which I got stuck up there. Again, pop stickers on there and just cover them up. That's perfect. This one I'm loving. Just such a real fab retro look. And then that's the other one, and then we've got another little butterfly. So all of these, the little bits, all the open bezels, the pearls, the little gems, are all from Pandahall, and these lovely iridescent bits which you can use for all sorts of things. They are just beautiful. So all the things will be listed underneath the video, so do pop over and take a look. There will be a discount code as well, so do take a look. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day. I will just come in a little bit closer for you there. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.